Aloha everyone, I'm Dr. Carlson. This is a short clip on tweeting passages of importance, and it's about critical thinking and literary analysis or close reading. When we ask those kinds of questions, we're asking questions like this. What does it mean? It might be a passage, or a text, or a character. How does it work? Or, what's it doing? These are analytical questions that lead to questions of interpretation and explanation as response. So the passage that's been tweeted is a passage from Shakespeare's and Shakespeare's As You Like It. If thou rememberest not the slightest folly that ever love did make thee run into, thou hast not loved. And so what we have here first and foremost is the Shakes. And in this moment, Shakespeare gives us a conditional. If, then. And we don't actually see the then. In this passage, we see that appear as a thou. So we have, if thou, and that's you, if thou rememberest, and this whole big thing, if thou rememberest not the slightest folly that ever love did make thee run into, thou hast not loved. So he actually omits the then and replaces it with a thou, but thou hast not loved. That's the key. So what we have is Silvius, the shepherd, and what we get in this moment is if you cannot remember doing something foolish for love, then you have never loved. And Silvius, of course, loves Phoebe, but Phoebe loves Ganymede, who is in fact Rosalind. And as you can see, what this creates space for, I think, for Silvius is a really dangerous space of embarrassment, perhaps humiliation. The key in terms of Shakespeare, I think, is that love is equated here with folly. And folly is a good moment for us to say, folly, what might that mean? A good space to look up for texts like Shakespeare's that appear from some 400 years back is the Oxford English Dictionary online. We can look for that in the library, not on Google, which will get us something much more current, but the OED will give us the use of the word as it first appears in English literature, in English as a word in language, over time and examples. And so it might help to look at that word so that we know that folly is not a kind of madness with an evil connotation, but rather a kind of positive madness or an exploration really of absurd behavior, right? And that's in fact what's happening here, is that we have a conditional that posits what's really at stake in this play, love and the folly that arises through that. Now, to take this sort of information and think about how might I better represent this as a tweet and analyze, what we've got to do then is think critically. And most importantly, this comes in the process of tweeting, which is really why I encourage us to start here, that we've got to thus synthesize in rendering a tweet in response that explains really what this original tweet is doing. That's the literary analysis that I'm asking you to do here. And from this, we get the response. Mahalo.